Hey, John.
Hello, everyone. This is John McGaw and Bill Moist here, and we're today talking about RV parks and self-storage. Bill, what's it take to build an RV park and self-storage?
Lots of paperwork and lots of money. The good news is that money's already been spent, and we've now applied for our building permit.
Very good. So I got a little story here about my son. A couple weekends ago, he was on the back of a four-wheeler, and his cousin was driving, and she was going a little bit too fast. And my son races everything. He's boats, he's skis, wake surfs, wakeboard, races motorcycles, everything. And I said, "Didn't you know she was going too fast to make that corner?" And he said, "Yeah, Dad." I said, "Then why didn't you say something?" So that's why we're here today, to talk about what's going on in the market, especially after the COVID or during the COVID. We're here to say something. And Bill, maybe you can talk a little bit about this slide.
Yeah, this was interesting. It's the Wall Street Journal article just a few days ago. And they did a little interviewing, and they decided that RVs, vacations, are the safest way to travel this summer. Many planes are grounded, hotels are shut. And after a spring spent cooped up, people want to get out and travel. They want to see some new places. So RVs will be the vacation method of choice.
Yeah, and here's another part of the article. It says the folks that are renting these RVs aren't just average people. They're doing it too, but pro athletes, celebrities, and in the interview, they had 10 to 15 billionaires this year that have already rented these. And also in the article, it said only 14% of travelers feel safe on a domestic flight, and 17 feel safe in a hotel or resort. So that's why RVs are selling through the roof right now. There's a lot of places you can travel, and Bill, maybe you can tell them why, another reason why RVs are the way to go.
Well, you pick almost the other mode of transportation, cruise ship, a bus, a plane, a train, and you got people in close quarters, and it's really difficult, the social distancing there. But if you got you and your family in your RV, guess what? You social distance wherever you go. It's just, you all are just safe and secure inside that RV, especially a motor coach. So that's the reason people are feeling so comfortable in the motor coaches and RVs this summer.
And there's a lot of places to travel in the United States. You got Mount Rushmore, Niagara Falls, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, the Grand Canyon, just all kinds of places that you can go. And now here's a story, and here's a slide that I made a call the other day to motor coach specialists, #1 in the world. Now they sell more motor coaches than anywhere, and they're the largest place in the nation. So I called this place and I said, "Hey, I just want to talk to your sales guy, one of your sales guys." So she put me on hold and she transferred me to the sales department, and I waited there for about 15 minutes, and it got transferred back to the receptionist. And I said, I really only have one question. I said, "How are sales right now?" This was just about 2 weeks ago. And she said, "Oh, we can't keep up. We're selling more than we've ever sold in our history." I don't know how long they've been there, but they've been there a long time. So they were selling 20 a day. That's incredible. Yes. Now, Bill, here's another article from Bigger Pockets about recession and recession-proof your investments.
Yeah, they were concerned. They asked the question, what is, with recession on the horizon, it looks like, so where's a safe place to put your money going forward at this time? Because all kinds of real estate is challenged right now. All kinds of business are challenged. But what they came up with, their conclusion was self-storage and mobile home parks are recession-proof investments. And I think the reason for that is, the mobile home parks are kind of on the lower end of the economic spectrum. So people that are downsizing can afford it. And the self-storage is really, anybody can afford self-storage. You get a 5x10 unit for $45 a month. So if you're on welfare, you can afford self-storage.
Yeah, and Bill, the mobile home parks also include the RVs and motor buses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and again, here's another article just a few days ago from Forbes: where to vacation safely when traveling restrictions lifted. And of course, what are they talking about? RVs and motor coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they're saying you have the option of how little or how exposed to others when traveling. So it's just fantastic. Bill, here's something interesting. I know you can talk about this one about, working from home.
Yeah, we know a lot more companies found out their employees could work from home during this pandemic. And some people are going, well, heck, if I can work from my house, I can work from my RV, because the RV parks all have great Wi-Fi now. That's kind of minimum. So we got people who are traveling the country doing their work in their RV. So what a great place to be.
You know what, Bill? I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I sent you an article on Yahoo Financials, and they were talking about RV sales too. This was just last week. And the guy in the video was saying that the Mercedes-Benz RVs have full-time Wi-Fi.
Wow.
All the time. Just like, the trucks, the GMC trucks or whatever, and the Chevy trucks. So these are great Wi-Fi. You can be almost anywhere now and work. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be in a Wi-Fi. You don't have to be in a park. Isn't that incredible, right?
Yeah, my cabinet's got Wi-Fi, so I bet you most of the RVs do too. We should look into that, John.
Yep, and I will. I will put another slide like that in here. And so, Bill, I know 10 million households nationwide own RVs. What about people that do it full time?
Well, that's a growing number of people, and my guess is after all this settles down, there'll be even more. But right now, the 10 million households that own RVs nationwide, over 1 million of those households are full time. In other words, they've sold their house or rented their house, and their place of residence is their RV, and locations wherever they happen to land that day.
Now, Bill, we love this stuff and we know what's going on, but maybe you can tell us a little bit about why these investments are good.
Well, we've been following the market in Dallas-Fort Worth area and the surrounding areas for some time. And the fine thing we found out is RV parks are full. There's very few open spaces. Most of them have a waiting list. And a good number don't even answer their phone. And why don't they answer their phone? Well, because they're full and they have a waiting list. So what a great business to be in.
Yeah, they don't need to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so our next slide kind of puts them both together, storage and RVs. So why do these go together?
Well, it's the same crowd. I mean, I may be visiting and your buddy's got an RV, but he's got it stored, and you can say, well, by the way, they also have an RV park here, or vice versa. So it's that the RV world is a pretty close knit group, and so there'll be some cross pollination there from one to the other.
So just for our guest online here, you can park an RV in one of these storage. Are they going to be big enough?
They're definitely big enough. They'll be 50 by 16 by 16. They'll be huge buildings, and the reason we made them that size, and they'll be pull through, so they'll be a door on both sides. The reason we made that size is we built them for the largest RVs they can pull their slides out and still walk around them. So we're designing them so they have plenty of room for whatever they happen to have.
Great. So this next slide here, of course, Bill, you own storage out in Wiley, and my friend Lydia and my friend Doug, they also own storage. And in March, when the pandemic started, was one of their best months. And you can tell a little story about April. I think you have one, right?
Yeah, March was a good month for us. April was our best month ever for leasing, over 7 units. And then in May, we rented 6. So we've had 2 really strong months in a row, 2 of the best months ever. So that's kind of shows you why storage is inflation proof. People rent more, and especially for downsizing or whatever. When times are tough, people rent storage.
That's fantastic. So tell me a little bit about what happens. You know, I know apartments and other rentals, single families, that I hear there's a no law. I got to show you that it's going to be very hard to remove somebody from your rental. What about storage?
Well, storage is really landlord friendly. And our managers work with people when they get behind us. Things happen from time to time, but eventually, if they're convinced they're not going to make the payment, then we'll lock the unit, and then at some point there'll be an auction to get some of our money back or all of our money back. But I don't have to go to court. I don't have to evict you. We just have certain procedures we follow so you know what's going on. But if we have to, like sometimes somebody passed away. In fact, our deal in Wiley, we had somebody moved out of state. We couldn't find them. So they had a Chevy pickup, a bass boat, and a pontoon boat. And all those things were sold at auction because we couldn't find the owners, and they hadn't paid rent for some time.
Okay, here's a slide, and I'll talk about this one. When it comes to make ready for single family homes or apartments, you have to paint it. A lot of times I've changed carpets in my single family homes. I can't tell you how many times. And, the rent or the deposit sometimes doesn't even cover the repairs. But when it comes to an RV park resort pad, there's really nothing. They just drive away and another one drives in. And when it comes to storage, it's a broom in about 15 minutes and you're done. That's what I love about the storage world. Now, Bill, I'll let you talk about this one, about the growth of self-storage.
Yeah, storage has been growing at an incredible rate over the last 20 years. And it's partly because it's become accessible as an institutional investment. But right now, in 2019, the storage market was around $87 billion. But they're expecting by 2025 that the business will grow to $115 billion, which is a 134% growth rate over the next 25 years. I'm sorry, the next 5 years. So, we're in a great place right now, and it's becoming more and more accepted. And with more people become more mobile, of course, the demand continues to increase. So we feel like we're in a good spot right now.
Well, that's the end of our webinar. Thanks to everyone for joining us. This is John McGaw and Bill Moist. We have a video after this. Bill, would you like me to show that?
Yeah, go ahead, John. This is good. This is good. Tell them what it is, John.
This is the video of Buc-ee's that's right next to
which includes a 52,000 square foot retail store. Its grand opening was held recently, April 6th of 2020. It is located on 80 acres southeast corner of Interstate Highway 45 and Creechfield Road in Ennis, Texas. The travel center will also include 120 fuel pumps on the property. The sales are projected to range from 20 to 25 million per year, and they currently employ 175 to 225 people. Our development, Dallas Luxury RV Resort Storage, is located just 1,250 feet north of Buc-ee's on the northbound or east side of I-45, just 30 minutes south of Dallas. The company expects to have 55,000 to 60,000 vehicles stop by each week. Roughly 27,500 to 30,000 of those vehicles leave to drive past our development. Since RV resorts and storage benefit greatly by drive-by traffic, it is a tremendous benefit when an attraction like Buc-ee's actually stops the traffic for us. To stay current on this development project, please contact Bill Moist or John McGaw.
Thanks everyone again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.